ഈശ്വമിശിഹായ്ക്ക് സ്തുതിയായിരിക്കട്ടെ. I know we were looking forward to coming together this Sunday and to meet each other. And it's a big disappointment that we are not able to do so because things didn't go as we planned. But life is like that. Everything doesn't go how we plan it. We have to accept it. Corona is teaching us another great virtue of patience. But let's hope that everything will work out soon and we'll be able to come together and see each other and have a wonderful face-to-face time in church very soon. As we mentioned in the previous assemblies, we are in the season of dedication of the church. And please listen to the readings. All the readings are about dedicating the church, building up tents. The Old Testament readings about how Moses prepares the tent and prepares the tabernacle. So keeping all that in mind, keep our church project in this special season in our prayers. Today we have Aaron, Arnan and Anora to lead us with Angelus.
കർത്താവിന്റെ മലക പരിശുദ്ധ മറയത്തോട് പരിശുദ്ധാത്മാവാൽ മറയെ ഗർഭം ധരിച്ചു. നന്മ നിറഞ്ഞ മറയമേ സ്വസ്തി, കർത്താവ് അങ്ങയുടെ കൂടെ സ്ത്രീകളിൽ അനുഗ്രഹിക്കപ്പെട്ടവളാവുന്നു. അങ്ങയുടെ ദൈവത്തിൻ ഫലമായി ഈശോ അനുഗ്രഹിക്കപ്പെട്ടവനാവുന്നു.
പരിശുദ്ധ മറിയമേ തമ്പുരാന്റെ അമ്മേ, പാപികളായ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി എപ്പോഴും ഞങ്ങളുടെ മരണസമയത്തും തമ്പുരാന്റെ അപേക്ഷയുമേ.
ഇതാ കർത്താവിന്റെ ദാസി നിന്റെ വചനം പോലെ എന്നിലാകട്ടെ. നന്മ നിറഞ്ഞ മറയമേ സ്വസ്തി, കർത്താവ് അങ്ങയുടെ കൂടെ സ്ത്രീകളിൽ അനുഗ്രഹിക്കപ്പെട്ടവളാവുന്നു. അങ്ങയുടെ ദൈവത്തിൻ ഫലമായി ഈശോ അനുഗ്രഹിക്കപ്പെട്ടവനാവുന്നു.
പരിശുദ്ധ മറിയമേ തമ്പുരാന്റെ അമ്മേ, പാപികളായ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി എപ്പോഴും ഞങ്ങളുടെ മരണസമയത്തും തമ്പുരാന്റെ അപേക്ഷയുമേ.
വചനമാംസമായി നമ്മുടെ ഇടയിൽ വസിച്ചു. നന്മ നിറഞ്ഞ മറിയമേ സ്വസ്തി, കർത്താവ് അങ്ങയുടെ കൂടെ സ്ത്രീകളിൽ അനുഗ്രഹിക്കപ്പെട്ടവളാവുന്നു. അങ്ങയുടെ ദൈവത്തിൻ ഫലമായി ഈശോ അനുഗ്രഹിക്കപ്പെട്ടവനാവുന്നു.
പരിശുദ്ധ മറിയമേ തമ്പുരാന്റെ അമ്മേ, പാപികളായ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി എപ്പോഴും ഞങ്ങളുടെ മരണസമയത്തും തമ്പുരാന്റെ അപേക്ഷയുമേ. സരസ്വതി മാതാവ് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി അപേക്ഷണെ പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കാം. മാലകളുടെ സന്ദേശത്താൽ അങ്ങയുടെ ഈശ്വമിശയുടെ മനുഷ്യാതര വാർത്ത അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്ന ഞങ്ങൾ അവിടുത്തെ പിടാനുഭവം കൃഷ്ണമരണവും മുഖേന പിന്നെ മഹിമയെ പ്രാപിക്കാൻ അനുഗ്രഹം ചെയ്യുന്ന കർത്താവ് ഈശ്വമിശയ വഴി ഞങ്ങൾ അങ്ങയോട് അപേക്ഷിക്കുന്നു. ആമേൻ.
As you all know, Remembrance Sunday is observed on 11th November across all the Commonwealth countries. This day commemorates the end of First World War on November 11th on 1918. At the 11th hour, a 2-minute silence is observed to remember all those who gave their lives in the First World War and in all the conflicts after that. In Flanders Fields is probably one of the most famous World War poem, and many of you have learned it in primary school. Instead of Sunday Star, I thought as we observe Remembrance Sunday today, let us listen to this poem and respect and honor all those people who gave their lives for the freedom that we enjoy today.
On May 2nd, 1915, John McCrae's close friend and former student Alexis Halmer was killed by a German shell. That evening, in the absence of a chaplain, John McCrae recited from memory a few passages from the Church of England's Order of the Burial of the Dead. For security reasons, Halmer's burial in Essex Farm Cemetery was performed in complete darkness. The next day, May 3rd, 1915, Sergeant Major Cyril Allinson was delivering mail. McCrae was sitting at the back of an ambulance parked near the dressing station beside the Yser Canal, just a few hundred yards north of Ypres, Belgium. As John McCrae was writing his In Flanders Fields poem, Allinson silently watched and later recalled. His face was very tired, but calm as he wrote. He looked around from time to time, his eyes straying to Halmer's grave. Within moments, John McCrae had completed the In Flanders Fields poem, and when he was done, without a word, McCrae took his mail and handed the poem to Allinson. Allinson was deeply moved. The Flanders Fields poem was an exact description of the scene in front of us both. He used the word blow in that line because the poppies actually were being blown that morning by a gentle east wind. It never occurred to me at that time that it would ever be published. It seemed to me just an exact description of the scene. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky the lark still bravely singing flies, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved. And now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you, from failing hands, we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields.
Poppies are worn on Remembrance Day as a memorial of all those people who died and whom we have a responsibility and a duty to respect and honor, because whatever we enjoy, the freedom that we enjoy today, is the result of their sacrifice. Poppies symbolize hope for a peaceful world. So as we observe this 2-minute silence today, let us honor and respect and value all those sacrifices the people selflessly made for the values that they held dear and for the freedom that they gave us. Let us honor it and respect it and keep it in our minds so that we always uphold the values that they cherished. For the past 2 weeks, there had been a lot of news about COP26, which is going on in Glasgow. COP26 stands for Conference of Parties, where representatives of 200 nations came together on climate control. This is the 26th summit and hence the name COP26. I'm sure you all heard about it in the news, how they're trying to keep global warming by 1.5 degrees and how they hope to bring down the net emission to zero by 2050. Now let us listen to what Pope Francis said about taking care of our home in his encyclical Laudato Si, which was written in 2015. He quotes Saint Francis of Assisi. He reminds us that our common home is like a sister with whom we share our life and a beautiful mother who opens her arms to embrace us. This sister now cries out to us because of the harm we have inflicted on her by our irresponsible use and abuse of the goods with which God has endowed her. We have come to see ourselves as her lords and masters, entitled to plunder her at will. The violence present in our hearts, wounded by sin, is also reflected in the symptoms of sickness evident in the soil, in the water, in the air, and in all forms of life. This is why the earth itself, burdened and laid waste, is among the most abandoned and maltreated of our poor. She groans in travail. We have forgotten that we ourselves are dust of the earth. Our very bodies are made up of her elements. We breathe her air, and we receive life and refreshment from her waters. How important, how vitally important it is to look after earth, because it is our future. There are so many wonderful videos and so many demonstrations, recordings by children of your age about how to preserve nature. I will let you watch a very simple video which tells you what we can do about preserving energy and to look after our Mother Earth.
Taking Care of the Earth by ESLKidsWorld.com. My name is Terry. I am a student. I live here on planet Earth. I love the Earth, and I bet you do too. The Earth is a beautiful place to live. Unfortunately, people don't always take good care of our Earth. People hurt the Earth by cutting down trees, polluting waterways, and wasting electricity. Our planet Earth needs to be protected. Otherwise, everything from the water we drink to the air we breathe will be affected. We can protect the Earth by reducing, reusing, and recycling the items we consume. We can protect the Earth by cleaning up litter. We can protect the Earth by saving electricity. We can protect the Earth by conserving water. We can protect the Earth by planting trees and reforesting woodlands. We can protect the Earth by reducing the use of single-use plastic. We can protect the Earth by riding bicycles instead of driving vehicles. We can protect the Earth by composting food waste. There are a lot of ways to take care of the Earth. Our care can make a big difference. Let's make every day an Earth Day. What can you do to protect the Earth?
In our Sunday school couple of years ago, under the leadership of the teachers Anita and Joel, Year 11 led us to becoming a plastic-free church. So let us keep that in our minds, and all the video that we watched, every day, all our actions should be with this focus. I will do whatever little I can to help Mother Earth, Mother Nature, because whatever good we take is from her. So we have a responsibility to look after the nature because it's our future. Everything depends on preserving Earth. So every action that you take, have it at the back of your minds. Whatever I do, is it helpful to the nature? If not, I won't do it. Make that decision today. In Year 7's textbook, we learn about commandments. And the 5th commandment, as you all know, is you shall not kill. So I will just read from the 5th commandment, the interpretation and the explanation, the huge depth of that commandment. One of it is protection of nature. Man has a special responsibility to create an eco-friendly atmosphere. God has created nature for future generations too. Only if nature continues to survive, life will survive. Hence, we have the responsibility to use and protect life in the right way. Pollution of the environment and the excessive exploitation of nature are sins against life. So church teaches us how important, how vital it is to look after nature. So children, please keep it in your minds. It's a very important commandment. Over the last 2 weeks, we were setting up a program using Quizlet to teach children the meaning of Malayalam prayers. So we tried it last week. Now that is a trial run. Now a separate link is sent to each classroom to make a separate classroom for each class. So each week, a small set of prayers, the words with the meanings will be posted. So please make sure that parents encourage children, sit with them. It will take maybe 5-10 minutes at the most. So sit with them, make sure that they learn the meanings. And there are different game modes that they can use to practice and test their knowledge. So this is the best way that children can use, because they use it in schools to learn Spanish and French and other languages. So we can use the same tool so that they learn the Malayalam meanings, so that when they pray, they know what they're saying, what they're speaking. So I request parents support to guide the children in this, because without that, I'm sure children will not be able to, they may find it easy to get bored. And so encourage them and support them, and we'll be giving out prizes for children who win the highest points and who spends most time in doing these tasks. So that's it for today. We'll see you next week. Stay safe during the week. Thank you and God bless.
Arim kalhon usambah kole yamma lalaha Shuhalava ulawraval ruhad kodusha Kandesha alaha Kandesha hailsana Kandesha lamayosa Yasraham